Hi guys and welcome back to our channel. Today we will be analyzing three different assets, the Nasdaq 100 Index, one cryptocurrency which is Ripple, and then Tesla. We will see where they might move over the next weeks and months. Please subscribe to our channel if you want us to keep releasing technical analysis for free. Well, if you want to receive on-demand analysis on whatever kind of asset, then you might want to join our growing community on Patreon. Let's start with the Nasdaq Index on a monthly basis, which means every candle is a monthly one. The reason why I start with the monthly analysis is because I want to check where Nasdaq might move over the next years. What we see is that in the upper section is the price enveloped inside two triangular moving averages, while beneath we have two different kinds of cycles. Now, what is quite important to underline is that the price has broken above the upper moving average, okay, above the upper triangular moving average, above the upper envelope. When that happens, we know that we are inside that 5% of cases when the price is in extreme situation. Now we see that the price has been moving along the upper envelope. Now, if we switch to the daily chart, and we will be using it real time, we see that we have broken above a horizontal rectangle between 10,800 points and 12,500 points. So where we might see Nasdaq over the next weeks, definitely we're going to hit 14,000 points, which is actually the projection that we can retrieve from the difference between the horizontal resistance here and this horizontal support. So we can project definitely the Nasdaq going to hit 14,000 points over the next days and weeks. Now, coming back to the monthly chart, what is extremely important to understand is that after such a movement and after a final movement where we're going to experience an increase in terms of amplitude, in other words, we're going to see a much longer long white candle than the ones that we are experiencing right now. After that it will happen, we will see a strong retrace. Okay, right now we are still in an uptrend, so actually we have a strong momentum ahead of us. Again, we are going to hit 14,000 US dollar, and then with the final movement, with a very long white candle and with an increase in terms of volume that we don't see here, then we know that actually we might consider this movement over for the next month. Also, if we analyze the two cycles, we see that the white curve is beneath the orange one, which is a negative signal for the next years. So what is my idea about Nasdaq for the next weeks and months? For the next weeks, I do believe we're going again to hit 14,000 US dollar, sorry, 14,000 points. Afterwards, we need to experience, or we're going to experience, a long white candle much larger in terms of amplitude when compared with the previous one. And when that will happen, we know that we are actually at the top of a multi-year bullish trend. Now let's move on and let's analyze Ripple. Here we have a daily chart. I've been stating several times that we are going to experience Ripple going up over the end of January, beginning of February 2021. As you can see here, we have two cycles. Once we have the white curve breaking below the white curve, we have seen, sorry, below the orange curve, we have experienced the movement downwards. Okay, so in terms of daily analysis, in terms of price action, we are still in a bearish momentum of the Gauss cycle, yet we can project here at end of January or beginning of February the beginning of a new uptrend. So if we switch to the weekly chart, we will see that we are still inside an upside momentum, as you can see here, even if the most important momentum for us is when this cycle will be crossing above the zero area. In this case it's 50, but 0 or 50 is the same. Okay, so we are just at the beginning of a weekly upside momentum. And also, if we analyze this long black candle associated with this huge increase in terms of volumes, we might think that the whales have started buying while the market collapsed because of the SEC lawsuit. Okay, so in other words, when this happens, normally we see a strong reversal. In this case, will be a strong reversal up. We will know it at the end of January, beginning of February. So if I'm correct, we might see a very strong bullish uptrend over the next weeks and months. Yet we need to have a confirmation, and we will have it around February. Let's now move on and let's analyze Tesla. Tesla, what we see here is a weekly chart, and it's incredible how the two cycles are telling us that we are really at the end of a multi-year uptrend. So what we see here is a long white candle with a huge increase in terms of amplitude, which is exactly what we might see for the Nasdaq Index, exactly what I was talking to you before when analyzing the Nasdaq. So what we see here is a huge increase in terms of amplitude, which means the difference between the high and the low. We are going to probably to hit a round number around 1,000 US dollar. Also, we should be at the end of the Elliott wave counting. But most importantly, what we see here is that the red curve is now touching the Azure one, and so we are at the top of the bullish momentum. So we are at the top of the ascending phase of the Gauss curve, which means we might experience over the second semester of 2021 the beginning of a strong descending phase for Tesla. So right now we are still inside such a strong bullish momentum that we cannot definitely say that we are at the beginning of a downtrend. Yet the chart is now vertical. This long white candle is extremely suspicious. We still don't see an increase in terms of volumes. We need to experience a huge increase in terms of volumes with an increase in terms of amplitude. And when that will happen, we know that we are hitting the top for Tesla over the next weeks. Again, we will be waiting for the cross of the white curve below the orange one. As you can see here in this case, when that happened, we saw the red curve crossing below the azure one for this kind of cycle, and for the magnitude cycle, we have seen the white curve crossing below the orange one. So look at here what happened when the two cycles gave us a bullish trading signal. We've experienced a huge run up from this area, okay, which was around 80, 70 US dollar till almost 1,000 US dollar, which is the target for the next weeks. Again, guys, look at here, we are really now at the top for Tesla. We still have space to keep going up, so it's not the time to start with our shorts. But when we will see something like that, then we might experience a huge downtrend for Tesla, something around 70-80% easily. We might see again, first of all, we are going to retrace till at least this area, 400 US dollar. From there, we are going to see a new bullish momentum, and then we are going definitely to retest this area around 200 US dollar. Right now, the market is absolutely out of control. Price versus earnings per Tesla is equal to 1,500 points, which is something I've never seen in more than 15 years of trading career. So definitely, if you're eager to buy Tesla, you should not do it unless you are doing it for a very short, minimal term, like using a super fast strategy, which normally don't work. So be careful right now. Now it's time to sell if you have your Tesla. You should think at least to sell part, if not 100% of your Tesla stocks. While I do believe we are right now hitting the top, so I will never suggest you to buy right now. Okay, thank you guys.